Hey guys, we got a showdown game here today against this guy right here. Playing OU, using not one of someone else's teams just because I was in the mood where I actually want to use my own team for once, because it's just like using other people's teams. I mean, it's fun and all, but obviously they're not your team, so they're not your playstyle, your preferences, your blah 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 blah, and it's just I just wasn't in the mood to use someone else's team today. I just wanted to, use a team I actually liked. It's not that I don't like other people's teams, it's just most of them generally aren't my kind of thing I like to use. I mean, it's like, yeah, comfort zone, but then there's also the sense of everyone has their particular play style. So, I mean, whatever the case, using my team with the Choice Band, Swampert, and Kirim, and the other stuff. It's a pretty bad team, but still, I like it. Opponent's team, he's got a pretty semi-standard team, and then you got a Lucario, which isn't that unstandard, but then the Togekiss, which is, UU, but it's still a pretty annoying team just because he's got the Ferrocent Trancor going, and it'll just be generally annoying to get around, but it's not like it's anything really threatening. Like, the only thing that's really going to stick out at me is that Lucario, but it really shouldn't be that much of an issue, so I'm not going to be that too much concerned, but it's still going to be annoying to deal with everything. So anyways, leads on his end, I mean, he's got basically like 3 potential leads, so my best bet, I think I either went with Infernape or Landorus. I honestly forgot the leads again. I'm so smart, and I just had this match a minute ago, but whatever, let's just get into it. So he's going to lead off Ferrothorn, and I do decide to lead off with Landorus. Yeah, Landorus seemed like the best choice, so yeah. Anyways, I can get rocks straight up right here, or get rocks up right off the bat here, blah, blah, blah. And then Togekiss comes in, I'm just like, alright, I'll U-turn out. He's probably going to Thunder Wave or Air Slash, so I can take this time to go into Magnezone, who can take a hit. I don't really care if he gets paralyzed, so actually no, he wouldn't Thunder Wave because I had a Landorus in, so I take any hit, and then I'm like, alright, I'll just Volt Switch out, because he's probably going to switch. Nothing else he wants to take Volt Switch, so I can just do that freely. He goes into Tyranitar, and it does not take the Volt Switch very well, because I crit him, which didn't matter that much, just because I had plenty of things to take on Tyranitar anyways, and it would have been that much harder to play around it, but the crit just means it was easier to quick take out. He did Fire Blast my Landorus, so, but doesn't do that much. I just take him out with the U-turn. I could just took him out with Earthquake. Otherwise, whatever the case, I just decided to go into Magnezone on the U-turn just because I had nothing else I really wanted to do, and it just seemed like the best thing to bring in there. But he brought in Lucario. I'm like, alright, let's just go out to Landorus to take a hit. But he does predict that and go for Ice Punch. I don't really mind that much because I still live and I can still use Landorus for some good pivot later. So I go into Swampert now because I can take anything he wants to do with the Intimidate, and he just goes for Ice Punch, doesn't do too much, and I'm like, alright, I'm going to be smart and Waterfall, because he's going to go to Togekiss predicting the Earthquake, but he doesn't. Then he goes out to Jellicent, and it's like, well, fuck! I mean, it's not like it's that huge of a deal, but it's like, it would have been so cool if I actually got that off right, but whatever the case, I bring in Magnezone on the Jellicent. I just Volt Switch, because I thought he would switch. Like, that doesn't seem that far-fetched, right? But I go into Landorus now because I'm like, okay, if he recovers up randomly, cool, I can hit him with an Earthquake and potentially take him out. If he recovers up, well, I can hit him with Earthquake, hit him down pretty low, but unfortunately, he seems to be defensive because he's recovering more than I am dealing, so I'm just like, fuck it, I'm going to keep Earthquaking. I don't really care about the Jellicent that much. I also don't care about my Landorus that much. I mean, Landorus would be useful, but I have plenty of things as to where I don't really need it that much. So he brings in Togekiss, and like I said, I'm just going to sack it because honestly, there's nothing else I really want to bring in on this Togekiss. Like, I brought in Magnezone the first time, but then there's that sense of it being obvious, so what's really the best thing for me to do is just sack Landorus at this point. I mean, Landorus would still be useful, but it'd be more useful for me to have that free switch out. So basically at this point, I'm just trying to sack Landorus, and he eventually goes down to a crit, which I'm pretty sure mattered. Like, I'm 90% sure it mattered, but revenge! You get it. Actually, it probably, I don't know. I don't really care if it mattered or not. I wanted Landorus to die in the first place, so that's fine. But anyways, bring in Kirim because I have Ice Beam, and I'm like, wait, no, he's going to switch, so I'm going to sub up. But Showdown was like, no, you're just going to Ice Beam. So that's always nice. But Yeah, now I'm like, alright, Ice Beam looks like it did a pretty good chunk. Earth Power should be able to take a Jellicent from what it's at. So like, go for it. But then he switches out the Heat Train. I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? That's so awesome. Like, just getting that switch off to almost decimate the Heat Train. I mean, that's just fun. But I do take out the Heat Train there with another Earth Power. He doesn't really want to switch out because nothing really wants to take a hit from Kyurem that well. So I take out the Heat Train. But he brings in Lucario. I thought I had the speed investment to outspeed Lucarios on a regular basis, but either he is jolly or I have a weird speed investment that I don't know about. It's probably the second one. But anyways, I bring in Infernape right here. And I just go for Fire Blast because if Jellicent wants to come in, the combination of rocks plus a Fire Blast should take it out. So I'm like, alright, Fire Blast works, but he goes into Ferrothorn, I'm just like, okay, I'll accept that. But he goes back into Lucario right here for, I don't know what reason. But I just take him out Fire Blast, tries to E-speed me, but it does not work. But he brings in Jellicent right here, and I'm like, okay. I could have tried to go for Fire Blast there, but he's going to most likely recover right here, so I can go into Magnezone and hit him with a Thunderbolt and take him out afterwards. I mean, basically, when I said earlier Infernape could come in, or Fire Blast incoming Jellicent and take it out, I meant like 2 Fire Blasts would probably be enough, plus Sandstorm, so yeah. But anyways, he brings in Togekiss randomly to die to a Thunderbolt, and then Jellicent comes back in and will die to this Thunderbolt, so I mean, really, he could have actually just gone into, or let Jellicent die, go into Togekiss, and then Aura Sphere my Magnezone, because he would have outspelled a Togekiss, and then I would have had to figure out some way around the Togekiss, which admittedly wouldn't be that hard, because, let's see, I think he was at like 50-something%, so I would have gone into Infernape, close combated until he got low, and then I could just go and revenge him with Breloom, so, I don't know, I mean, it really didn't matter in the end, but it's still a wonky choice to sack the Togekiss, but to each their own. But anyways, that is going to be it for this, so GG guy, and I'll go back to using teams again later. Just, you know, like I said, I wanted to use one of my teams for once in a video, because that's always nice. But anyways, that is it for this, so hope you guys enjoyed, such blah, comment, sub, and later guys.